I think I'm live. Hello, everybody. Welcome, Zen friends to was it not? It's not Friday night. It's Saturday night already. Can you believe it? Whoosh! So happy weekend to you. I hope you're doing well. Um, and I'm excited to see what messages come through from Spirit. So I've been rushing around. I had my session ended about 45 minutes ago, so been rushing around, so I'm getting my bearings straight again. So hello. Whoosh. Let's calm down and bring in some great energy here through the singing bowl. So if you'd like to join me, I'm going to have this beautiful, eternal, unconditional love energy flow down into us as I hit the singing bowl 3 times. We let that energy fill us up and flow out to the world, letting it do what it wants to do out there to help raise the vibration, but let it move into our hearts and our emotions and our minds and our thoughts and our stories, into our energy, our meridians, our chakra system, our auras, into our physical bodies, into our throats and our sinuses, especially into all our bloodstream and our muscles and our organs, everything within our physical life too. And then while we're hitting this, if you would like to, if you want to think of one thing that you're grateful for in this moment and just thank the creator for it, um, because one, it raises our love vibration right away. Two, it puts us in a energy of receiving. And then also it puts us in the three, an energy of receiving, receiving messages from spirit, if I didn't say that. And then three is receiving more of what we're grateful for. So if I'm focusing on something, whatever I'm grateful for, I can draw in more of that as well, because that's the attraction is gratitude. All right, so let's begin. I'm going to start off taking a big deep breath in. All right, let's start. Beautiful, beautiful. Excuse me. Thank you so much for joining me in doing that. Just love that. I love that singing bowl. All right, let me move some stuff around here. There we go. Much better, much better. Hello, everybody. Oh, 2 a.m. Over my goodness. On the other side of the planet. Well, good to see you, Shanae. I didn't get to your free reading in the earlier one. If it's the same question, I'll just bypass it. But we will be getting to the other reading sometime. I only got to donations in the earlier session, and I will be, if I catch up in this session, I'll be starting on some of those in this session. If not, I'll have a third session tonight after my YouTube channel member Praying Mantis session. So we will get to those readings too. So yeah. Oh, it's different? Okay, yeah. So I'll get to that one sometime as well. So welcome. Hey, Tim. Good to see you. Hey, I replied to your email. Sometimes they go to junk mail. So I did reply. So thank you for your email. I did reply back to you. I loved it. I loved your the synchronicities. You're like, well, I think I need to not walk in these shoes, literally and figuratively. All right. So thank you guys so much. Before we jump in, I do want to, of course, welcome everyone. So good to see everyone. And if you're new to my channel or new to these readings, welcome. Quickly, how the free readings work, we do go down in order, first come, first serve. Down the chat, there is no like special list. The chat is it. Although I do have a list now from my earlier session. If I finish all the ones in this one, I will start on those. Um, but for this session, just put your question out there, or if you don't want to put your business out there, or you don't know what you want to ask, you can ask for a general reading, and then just put that there, and then we'll pull 1 to 2 cards for the free readings. If anyone makes a donation, I do honor that energy exchange. Prioritize those readings, stepping out of the free readings, diving deeper, meaning I pull more cards for those, and then once I'm done, I return back to the main chat, and if I have any of my YouTube channel members that are here, you'll see their names with green with a little badge. Their free readings get second priority, and then I move on to all the other free readings. At the end of the session, I do put a pinned comment listing all the order, well, not really the order, but I put all the readings with timestamps so you can find your reading and click on it and find it as well. Yeah, if you're interested in becoming a YouTube channel member, there's a link down in the description box for that. In addition to being um, prioritized during these sessions, we get together on Thursday nights, and we have like a 2 3 hour session, sometimes 4, where we have unlimited tarot readings. We do, or you can't see, there's oracle cards here, oracle readings, and I have my past life reading cards over here. So we have past life readings, all sorts of fun stuff. So again, if you're interested, you can check down below. My Praying Mantis members, we also have Friday and Saturday nights after these sessions, and then Sunday afternoon after the sessions. We always get together as well. And I forgot to bring those up. They do get advanced access to, there we go. All of the videos I put out. I have new moon and full moon readings. Like we had this Gemini new moon reading come out this morning for Monday. And so if you take a look at that, we talk about new moon wishes on those, but we do a full moon when the sun changes signs, which also with Gemini, we just went into Gemini this week. So if you haven't checked that one out, we also have a video with that, with a bonus card for each sign. So a lot of content that we put out. There's a bunch of other things I won't go into right now, but all the links and playlists are down in the description box of the video. So a lot of free content, but all my Praying Mantis get advanced access to all those too. So they get them 2 3 4 sometimes in advance. Like we've got the Solstice readings coming out in June, and they already have access to those. I just finished those as well. Um, so if you guys are interested, you can check all those out. Last thing I want to mention here before we get into the readings is we have a giveaway celebration coming up next Friday. I'm going to pull some winners for celebrating of getting to 2,400 YouTube channel members. I'm so grateful because of all of you subscribers and all of you that give thumbs up and that you comment, all of my monthly members, everyone that makes donations, everyone that also offer personal readings, and it's called a hedge of peace and love. All that information is down in the description box. Everyone that does all those things, you all are, including my wonderful host. We got to bless her because she lets me live in her basement for free, which definitely helps. So I'm able to do all this because of you guys. So that's why I wanted to give back. I usually don't keep track and push for subscribers. I just let spirit take care of that. And so when we get, you know, usually 100 more, I try to celebrate and give back. So if you check out that video, you'll see how you can enter. I'm going to pull at least we know I'm going to pull more than one winner, but at least one winner next Friday, depending on how many people respond to it. Then I'll pull winners and create a video and announce the winners next Friday afternoon. So fun, fun. I'm always excited. All right, we're going to switch off. I use this other deck for 6+ hours, so I'm ready for a new one. I'm going to use this Terra of the Magical Forest. They're fun and playful ones. So we're going to use that one for the rest of the evening. So, all right, I'm glad you like the timestamp, Shanae. All right. Hey, Lisa, good to see you. All right. So let us grab here. Let me move my coffee. I'm going to hit that, and I don't want to spill my only cup of coffee here. All right. So, Shanae, you're at 11 minutes even. So let's put your timestamp down there, and I got it over here too. So, Shanae, thank you so much for your donation. Give that a love and a like. And what are you doing up at 2 a.m.? Enjoying your weekend, I hope. So I am doing very well. I wanted to know how Kay feels towards you. For some reason, you've been thinking about him a lot lately. You wanted to know if he felt the same. All right, let's take a look here. How does Kay feel about you? Been thinking about him. All right, how does he feel? Let's see, why is he on your mind too? We'll just kind of grab a little extra there. All right, well, we'll see what all this is about here. These ones, okay. These are so funny. Forgot how fun these are. But the bottom of the deck, we do have the death card. So I don't know. I know, right? It is going really fast. Can't believe it's like Saturday night here. It's Sunday morning there, right? It's like whoosh. Gotta move my finger has shrunk too much. It's fallen off. But the death card here, Shanae, it really feels like they are a it isn't even like endings and beginning energy. I'm almost feeling like it's what I call ADHD, out of sight, out of mind. And it's a thing that people with ADHD have, which is whoever's here is who I'm focusing on. If there's no one there, I'm focused on other stuff, and I forget you exist until something triggers me to remember it. And it's not because you're not important to them, it's just that that's how they are. They're just it's whatever's there is it's squirreling, it grabs their attention. So, interesting energy. Let's see what else we have here, but that's the underlying energy. You got the Knight of Pentacles. Aren't these hilariously cute? Boo boo boo. The Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving knight out of them all. Um, and that is this energy, of just slowness. And I'm just sitting in this energy. This is why this is just a different energy. Both of these cards with this energy that's coming in from them is just so different than they normally are. Because this one just feels, instead of like it's a slowest moving night, I see someone wandering around a wheat field. Like the wheat is up to their chest, and they're just kind of wandering around, going, "Where's the path?" And you're like, "You're in a field. Just look up in the distance and you can find your way out of it." But I feel like they're just kind of wandering, that they don't have like this specific drive right now. Interesting. So I feel like you needed to know all that before we get into how do they feel about you? So we have the Emperor. Look at the little piggy on the throne. We have the Emperor, and then we have the Four of Swords. Another 4, the Emperor number 4, the Major Arcana number 4, and then the Justice card. Trying to figure things out. They're really trying to balance things out. Their mind is at peace, which again, all of this, it's just like their mind due to inactivity has how, like, on your computer or your phone, it goes black even though it's still running behind the scenes? There's so much inactivity, the screen has gone dark. And this is their mind. And that makes sense with what we were talking about before. It means they just it's there, but it's not active in their face. There we go. Both of these balancing energy too, the emperor feels like still trying to figure out what they believe and what they want and how they feel. And this justice card is about the mind. I feel like this emperor is about emotions. Like, how do I feel? I don't know. I know how I'm supposed to feel, but is that how I feel? Right? You're laughing. That's good. And the justice card is about the mind, trying to work out how I really think about things and trying to figure it out. So a lot of imbalance and this desire to balance things, but it's going back and forth, just which totally, I don't know if you know if they have ADHD. It just feels like that kind of energy that's coming in. But yeah, why are you thinking about them? I just feel that's what you need to know with what's going on with them, and it explains a lot, I think, for you. But why are they in your mind? Yeah, Ace of Pentacles. They kind of do though. The Ace of Pentacles is this energy of new beginnings in the outside world, endings and new beginnings. So they've been on your mind because you're working out ending, beginning, and the Sun card. There's your little inner child, boo doo boo doo boo doo boo. But there is this energy of moving forward and uh, kind of like letting it go. Do I want to put an end to it? You know, do I want to just not invest energy in it? Do I just want to look for new opportunities going forward? And I feel like this is kind of like a way of your energy, your mind, just to kind of, I keep on wanting to go like just whoosh, whoosh, let it. It's like there's something in the. If you ever been in a pool before and there was a wasp, and you kind of just, you don't want to drown it, but I don't want to pick it up, and I'm gonna just push it over to the edge so we can escape. That's the kind of energy I'm seeing here. About that's why they've been on your mind is because your mind is um, working through releasing it and making like a final ending to this to move forward because there's a bright future with the sun, but it's like it's important to release this internally, and I feel like that's why they're on your mind here. Let's see what the fortune cookie says here for you too. I've got it's some of the spirit junkie in here, and then there's a health and the law of attraction here too. Yeah, yeah, but it's not, it's not personal. It's just it's kind of how the mind works, and like my dad has ADHD, and my host, she has ADHD, and I do feel like it's this one. You just realize it's like disconnection and different things like that isn't personal. It's just how they work, and when you spend a lot of time with people with it, you start to realize, I think I have a little bit of it too. I'm like, I probably do because if my dad has it, I think I might have it. Obviously, sometimes I go off track. People are like, bruddaZEN, come back. But you just realize it's not personal. It's how it works. It's how their brain works. And it's like, okay, well, I want to be special. It's like, well, their brain isn't a respecter of persons, meaning it doesn't treat one person different than it treats everyone else. It functions a certain way. And it's like with people with ADHD, you just have to stay active with them so that oh, that's right, you're here. It's like keeping on moving your mouse so the screen doesn't turn dark. But that's what's kind of coming in there. So here's your fortune cookie. Here's them looking around everywhere. But it says, "There's not a physical being who cannot achieve perfect health," card number 22. So there's not a physical apparatus, no matter what the state of deterioration, that cannot achieve perfect health, but that which you believe has everything to do with what you allow in your experience. If you've been convinced that something is not curable, that it is fatal, and then you're told that you have it, usually your belief will be that you will not survive, and you won't. But your survival has nothing to do with the disease and everything to do with your thoughts. I like these cards because it talks about here about our thoughts, what our beliefs are, what story we put to things is what energy we focus on, which is what we draw to us. It's like curses. I get asked quite often, like, does my family have a curse? Did someone curse me? I'm like, curses aren't real. They are a manipulation. I can say, I curse you, and you're going to get sick. And if you believe it, because you believe it, your energy is making you sick, not because it was anything from me. That's the energy that you are drawing to yourself. Because like if someone says, I curse you, and you're like, boo, 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 nothing's gonna happen to me because I'm not giving it the energy. I'm not allowing it. But if someone says, I curse you, and you're like, oh, okay, then I get cursed. But I'm cursing myself. No one is cursing me. That's our power of our energy. Whatever I focus on is what I draw in. So I like that. Yep, exactly. As Tim says, whether whether you believe you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. Because you self-fulfill and your brain will listen to you and bring you what you're focusing on. Oh, okay, that's what you want? So, all right. So that's what they have for that one. Shanae and A, if you throw your question down here, I don't have any other donations. You'll be up next. So we'll do that. Let me take a sip of my coffee too. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Let's get that a love and a like there. So, a general message from your spirit guides. Hey, welcome, Elizabeth. Absolutely. You can just put your question out. Donations get first priority. And then if there's any of my YouTube channel members, they get second priority. And then I start on free readings and I will start from the top, but I only have like a handful. So if you just put your question out, if you don't want to put your um, business out there, you can ask for a general reading, or if you don't know what you're wanting, you can ask for a general reading from spirit too. All right, so let's take a look here. So, Shanae, a general message from your spirit guides. What do they want you to know right now? Okay, obviously that one. What else? All right, I got those. Got this one, and this one, and these two right here. Okay. What is this? Your other one, you have the death card on the bottom. This one, you have the tower card. So there is a lot of removal of things going on in your life here. Um, even you got this the 10 of swords on the bottom, the ends and beginnings. You're just in this wonderful transformative place where it's like things are no longer like you're just sick and tired of trying to live up to everyone else's expectations and being disappointed in other people. And I feel you're at this place of just want to let expectations go. I just don't want to, be checking this list of what's supposed to be and should be and need to be and have to be and must be. I just want to live, don't want to exist and check off things off all these lists. But it's about being true, right? Yeah. But it's clearing away things. And when the old dilapidated, I just want to live with this. tower when it's burning down, when that old condemned building that we're so connected and attached to that has rats, the gas leaks, the water leaks, the roof leaks. You're like, but it's the tower I had when it's being burnt down. We kind of freak out. But if we knew that it's insured very well and that as soon as it burns down, other people are going to come and take away the um, leftover rubble and all that, and then they come and show you it's going to be replaced by a castle. This tower, was one of four. There was four towers and a wall and a castle before. Just over time, all this stuff fell apart. Um, but it's insured, so it's going to be replaced. The whole castle. You're going to get four towers, a huge wall of protection, and in it a beautiful castle too. You're like, burn down that tower, right? If you knew that's what was coming, we would be okay with like, yeah, kind of still I was nostalgic about this, tower, but hey, it's going to be upgraded. I'm ready. And that's what's coming for you is an upgrade. Things are being cleared out of your way to make space for something that's more in alignment with yourself and that's clearing away the path for you to move forward on it. But it does take us letting go of these expectations of who you're supposed to be, who other people are supposed to be, how which situations are supposed to be, because the expectations are what destroy things, right? Because we end up focusing on what's not happening instead of what is, right? That's what we have this list of expectations. We're going, are they doing this? Yeah. Are they doing that? No. Are they doing that? Yeah. Are they not? Yeah. Are they doing it? No. We look at all the stuff that's not being done and what happens when we focus our energy on that. Like attracts like, we get more not happening, we get more disappointment. But when we switch our energy over to focusing on what we're grateful for in a person or a situation or things like that, then we, have this wonderful um that's where the joy comes in. That's what gets amplified. That's what grows. And so we're like, we get more of those things that we love. And we're like, wow. And what kind of like relationship, like if we're talking about relationship, if all I ever did was talk to you about what I appreciate about you, sincerely I appreciate about you, giving you specific examples like, what I love about you, Shanae, is you never give up on your friends. You um when so and so was trying to push you away because they were going through rough times, you knew it and you wouldn't let them. And uh, I think they're still alive because you wouldn't give up on them. And I love that about you. You'd be like, wow, if you heard that every day, who wouldn't want to be in a relationship like that, right? Instead of Shanae, you know what you didn't do today? Let me give you your list. This is what we need you to work on. You'd be like, I need to work on how fast I can get out that door. But I love this for you because there's this creation, this beautiful, beautiful new beginning kind of energy that's coming in. You have the Four of Pentacles here. This is this feeling of home. I feel like there's something to do. I'm not sure if you did I spill something on me. If like I think I dripped something. Do you ever just feel like you have something on your shirt? You're like, hmm. But this see the distraction? The Four of Pentacles, it just feels like there's something to do with home. It has to do with worth sometimes, about how you define yourself. We're all taught to define ourselves by the outside world, 3 buckets: relationships, situations, and things. But when we do that, we feel unstable because everything in the outside world is unstable, right? The 3 buckets: relationships with humans. People change, people walk away, people pass away. Relationships with humans are unstable. If I define myself by that, then I feel unstable. Um, Situations like jobs, education, social status, things like that, um, are always changing. So unstable. If I define myself by it, then I feel unstable. And then lastly, things, right? Our bodies, our bank accounts, possessions, all that stuff deteriorates, blows up, burns down, um, stolen, And so if we define ourselves by that, we also feel unstable. So the stability of the Four of Pentacles is that we end up turning inward and upward and finding the only stable thing in this realm, which is the eternal unconditional love of the higher realms. And when you define yourself by that, then you have the stability, you feel solid and full then, right? So I feel like there's something going on here. This kind of transformation is I'm tired of the disappointment of the outside world. Let me look in here. Wow, you know, wonderful, wonderful, solid experience. That's what else they have here for you too. Yeah. So you definitely, especially with these two cards coming out together, and you have the Magician too. But these two cards, the Two of Swords and the Five of Swords, these represent like the internal battle and struggle between the head and the heart. And that's what we're talking about with those expectations. The head has a lot of looking at the world, judging it because it's supposed to meet up to these expectations of supposed to and should and need to and have to and must, and that's where all that disappointment, expectations equal disappointment. And so when the mind's going, but look at all this stuff, it's not happening. And Byron Katie, she's an amazing spiritual leader. She has this great process called the work. It's thework.com, just THEWORK.com. But in her videos, and she has a YouTube channel too. Um, One of the things I love that she says is when the mind battles reality, it loses, but only 100% of the time, because our mind has all this idea of this is what the world needs, it should be, but then the world isn't it. And we're like, what happened? Because when we try to put all these rules on all of the outside world, it don't go very well. So this is releasing our mind from all these control of everything and come back to what we can control, which magician energy is what your focus is, where you're pointing your magic wand, right? What I'm focusing on, what I'm choosing, my mental stories, my emotional choices, my energetic choices, my actions is where it comes down into here with this. So this is very big empowerment energy. That's what these are too. The Judgment card, which is your higher self calling you to see things from a higher perspective. What is your dream, right? The Nine of Pentacles, a little bit of time away from the world. It's kind of a hermity type journey, but if I could zero in, there's a little bird on her arm there, which represents spirit. You're not alone. uh, Even when you're alone physically, you're surrounded by a great host of beings that is really, you know, helping you here find this independent feeling to where you can be like self-contained, regardless of what's going on around you or what other people are doing or not doing, saying or not saying, that you have this solid foundation in who you are and your connection to the spirit world. Yeah, the Knight of Cups. It's the quest of self-love. All knights have a quest, and the Knight of Cups is on the quest of the chalice, which is us. And when we, again, all that turning inward and upward, when we find that chalice of who we are, we fill up with that unconditional love. And that when we're filled with that love and we have that solid foundation, then we're able to, really connect to the outside world in a different way. We actually have this amazing uh, ability to give and receive love in bigger ways because we can't, love others more than to the extent we love ourselves, nor receive love from others more than to the extent we love ourselves. So it all comes back to this love we have and our perception. Everything in here is what we see. We don't see the world as it is, we see the world as we are. So we always come back to here. Everything's a mirror pointing us back to ourselves. So that's the biggest thing we can do is look at that, right? And then you have the Six of Swords, which is letting go of old ways of thinking, moving to new ways of thinking. And there is a movement there. Look, and here's that death card. So there is this significant transformation of mindsets, but all that stuff comes to set us free. And though, like you said, it sucks in the beginning when we taste that freedom and the feeling of, oh, wow, this feels great. It's like when a chiropractor like cracks your back for a moment. You're like, oh gosh, but then you're like, oh my gosh, I can walk again. Not that I've ever had that, but I've seen videos. But I imagine that's the feeling. All right. So I feel like that's what they have there for you. Let's pull a fortune cookie here. Hey Jamie, one on one. Actually, I have Lisa JT will be up next, and then that's it. So the list is for paid um, donations is short right now. So you got my greatest experience of freedom comes when I let go of what others think of me. Shut up. So this is exactly what we're talking about. The freedom that comes and how do we learn to let go? Going through what you're going through, right? We're like, yeah, this isn't serving me. So I'm ready to let this go. All right. So that is what they have for you, my dear. Thank you again for your donations. I greatly appreciate that. All right. So, hey, Debbie, good to see you. And Olivier Vagata, hello. Shout out to some of my YouTube channel members. All right, let me take a sip here. And then Lisa, let's grab your timestamp here, Lisa. We'll do it at 37 minutes even. Whoops. Wow, that was a bit much there that I grabbed. All right, so there we go. So thank you so much for your sticker there. It wouldn't let me do that. So I love you're cracking up here. So thank you so much for your donation. I appreciate that. And let's see what we got here. So you'd like a general reading. So what does Spirit want you to know, Lisa? All right. We got those two. Ooh, these three. I feel like it's like this. We do have this one, this one, this one. I think this is underlying energy under those. All right. What do we got going on? Pardon me. Oh, you bumped it? You didn't mean to select it? You're just laughing on the inside. This seems familiar. I don't know if you did that before or someone did, but I feel like I'm having a deja vu moment where I'm like, this seems familiar. So you have the Queen of Chalices, the Queen of Cups coming in here. So the Queen of Cups, of course, she rolls with the king over the cup suit, but all queens get a second portion of cups. And so this is an energy of master of emotion, but she's very empathic and feels things very deeply and feels a lot of other people's emotions. Excuse me. So if you've been feeling like this energy, like you feel like you're feeling a lot more emotional and feeling other people's emotions, you're not imagining it. It's expanding. It's expanding for a lot of humanity, but for empaths, it's kind of like on steroids. So I feel like you're like, why am I so emotional? Why am I feeling like everyone's? Why am I wanting to be alone? Well, that's why you have a great expansive energy coming in. So let's see what else they want you to know here. I feel like that's just underlying energy to know about what's going on in your life. You have the Eight of Swords. It's a beautiful energy of you've been really focusing in on those thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that have made you feel blinded and bound and trapped and restricted and small and powerless. And the aid is that you've been releasing these and being aware of them. So that also helps with the expansion because you've been clearing clogs from your spiritual pipeline and burning away those things that are not true to you, and that's allowing more flow to come in too. Uh, and the 3 of Cups, yeah, strong connection with your spiritual posse too, with the 3 of Cups. Um, because that's one of the cards that one of the meanings of this card for me, and choosing joy too. Feel like you're amongst other things, you're also focusing more on gratitude, focusing more on what you do have, and just tired of focusing on lower vibrational things. You're just like, I've done that enough in my life. I want, like the LOL. I want to laugh more. I want to play. I want to have joy. Tired of doing all this stuff. I want to live life and enjoy this stuff, right? That's what this combination comes in here too. So that's part of the expansion that you're experiencing is because that's higher vibrational energy and it's allowing you the clarity to see things. Let's see what this is here. I almost feel like these are, you know, um, the blocks that you had before that you're busting through. You have the Empress, another 3, which is Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, caring for yourself, birthing new things, creativity, but it is about putting yourself first. And that's a good transformation because when you sacrifice yourself, then you are exhausted. And if you continue to give when you're exhausted, you can become resentful too. And so there's this great energy of, you know, allowing yourself to be filled and allowing yourself to have things you want in your life and allowing your heart to guide you in your life instead of trying to please everyone else. Because when that's what I say, when mama's happy, everybody's happy. And that's what it is for all of us. When we're, like the greatest gift we can give the world is a healthy, full, we'll say a filthy you. No, healthy, full, overflowing us because then it's beautiful, beautiful energy and everyone's getting the overflow instead of, giving all our energy away and sucking the life out of us. So I like this energy, this change of it just feels like a breath of fresh air and a birth coming in here. Yeah, you have the Empress and the Emperor. So really connecting in with your divine masculine and divine feminine energy. This is taking charge of your life and stepping forward into your life. I like that. What else do we have? Yeah, and a death and a rebirth. So I really love this. Very much this transformation, like a phoenix rising from the ashes, and it's like you've risen even more powerful than you ever have been. But I like all this energy because it does definitely feel like a new, almost like a whole different life. It's like your old life almost feels like a past life. It feels so different in the transformation of things. So interesting. So we got a three. Now we have 3 cards too. So there is threes coming up for you, might be significant for you because it's really standing out to me here. Yeah, even 3 cards here. Let's see what we got. Yeah, the High Priestess. So again, like the Queen of Cups on the bottom, she's very gifted spiritually, really connecting to the spirit world and um, able to look behind the veil and dive deep into her own emotions. Um, and a lot of hidden things being revealed for you with this too. We'll find out more. Let's look at the underlying energy. Yeah, King of Pentacles. So this new feeling of worth and relationship to the outside world, really seeing yourself in this new solid way. And I do feel like with this underlying energy being the King of Pentacles, who's the ruler of the outside world, all this inner stuff that you've been doing, it's almost like we wonder, when is it going to take effect out here? I'm changing my mindsets, I'm changing my emotions, I'm changing my energy. When's that going to change? Well, this is that. It's like it's starting to roll out into the outside world where I feel like you've already seen some fruit of your labor but I feel like you ain't seen anything yet. The king is like a big amount of abundance in a lot of different ways unfolding in the outside world for you. Yep, the Knight of Wands, the quest for stepping into your power. I like that. Owning your energy, owning your power, not doubting your abilities, really embracing your connection to the spirit world. And there's no wrong way to express it. It's how do you uniquely want to express this energy that you have within you with the world. So, I love that. And the Sun card. Yeah, another brilliant, bright card coming in here, which is about, it's like the King of Pentacles. These are two cards that are about fruition and abundance and expansion and the sun shining bright. And the sun doesn't ask permission to shine. It doesn't dim its light for anyone, you know. It doesn't like it doesn't need to defend what it is. It just gives. It just shines bright, and if someone can't stand the heat, well, I guess they need to get in the shade or get in the house where the air conditioning is or in the cellar or put on a big sun hat or put some sunscreen on if you can't handle it. But the sun doesn't go, "Oh, sorry, I'll dim for you." They're like, "Boop," it's just big and bright. So I like this energy of going forward and embracing the gifts that you have and what you have to offer here. But it is a time of action and movement, a lot of passion of life coming in here too. So I really like this for you. Um, don't have anything there. Let's see what your fortune cookie brings in here too. But I really like this for you. It's just like really embracing, especially getting the Queen of Cups and the High Priestess. This is all about spiritual expansion, and I bet you've been feeling it. All right, let's see what your fortune cookie says here. What else do you have for Ms. Lisa? I feel like I want to give you one of each here. We've got the Spirit Junkie and the Health and the Law of Attraction. So your Spirit Junkie says, attacking others is an attack on myself. I choose to release this now. Yeah, that's that death and that rebirth. There was a lot of stuff that um, you have released that, and I don't feel like you were attacking others. It feels like this energy of when others um, when others were attacking me, I attacked myself, and I feel like there's this freedom that opened up here with this too. And then look at this, all these eyes. Look at all the third eyes, and look at the clarity of what you're seeing. Says the law of attraction is responding to the ideas I imagine. Says the reason more things do not change more quickly is because most people are giving their attention predominantly to what is. In order to affect change, you must look beyond what is. Excuse me, it slows you down tremendously if you need to see evidence of something before you can believe it. But when you understand that the law of attraction will respond to your imagined idea as quickly as to an observed idea, then you can move quickly into new creations without having to wait for someone to accomplish it first. I like it. Really connecting to, especially with that, the high priestess and the queen of cups. It's very Piscean energy, which is the dreamer. And if you can dream it, you can you can bring it into fruition. So I love that for you. So that's what they got for you right now. So thank you again for your donation, Lisa. Many blessings to you. All right. Hey, Lucky. All right. There she is. I remember that now. All right. You're very welcome, Lisa. Yep, still going strong. Did you have a good night, Moonlight? Good morning. I don't think it's that early yet, right? All right. So let me see. We have another donation here. All right. So Brenda Tejada, you are up. Let's put you at 50 minutes. Well, all these have been close to even here. I think I didn't skip anyone, right? All right. Very good. All right. So Brenda, thank you so much for your donation. Yeah, let me take a quick sip here. Anyone a general in love for today, next week? All right. All right. So for Brenda. Love today and through the week. Okay, I'm going to want those or those. And I do want those, but that one goes under here. Okay. well. Brenda. You got the Empress card on the bottom. I think we get her a lot, don't we? Her or the Queen of Pentacles. Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, right? So, being the bottom of the deck and being the underlying energies, there is this, nurturing yourself, all the self-love, all the focus is like whoosh to you um, for love. So they're really just continuing to reinforce self-love, self-nurture type of energy. And excuse me, but there's this other energy that I'm sensing here with all this, which is you're nurturing sensuality. It's just you have such a nurturing heart, and it's your energy alone just just attracts. I'm gonna say it this way because your spirit guides are bringing it this way. Excuse me. Um, and you attract puppies who've been taken away from their mamas too young. It's like, what? Yeah. And you're like, it makes so much sense, doesn't it? That you're like, wow, it's because of this love that you have and this nurturing that you have, and even the sensuality and the divine feminine energy that you carry, that you're like the goddess Venus, and they're just like, I just wanna be with you. And you're just like, oh God. um, you draw to you a lot of people who are in need, right? And you're just like, yeah, in the beginning it feels great to be needed and wanted. But then it becomes like, but what do you get out of it? Just another child to take care of. You're like, I already have enough children. I don't need another one. Please, please. Anyway, so that's your underlying energy. Let's see what else they have for you. So this is love for today for you, Brenda. Let me highlight it up here so I see where I'm at. Okay. The Nine of Cups, the Ten of Swords. Yeah. Yep, it's all about this. The Nine of Cups is um, like a dream, an emotional dream come true. But it is about the hermit's journey of finding love for yourself first. And the Ten of Swords is letting go of all those expectations. They're like, stick a fork in me, I'm dead. I'm done. But you have this 9 and 10 energy here, which it's like just realizing that trying to find someone who doesn't have expectations to that can just allow something to be to match that. It's so important for your journey. And they're like, that's the dream, right? That's the dream, to find someone who just wants to have an adventure, that just wants to be not needy, not have all these supposed tos and shoulds and whatever, and um, coming in with this long list of fears, and it's like, can I just have a fear? I just want a fearless warrior that will go on this adventure with me, right? That's this energy of what I feel is coming through, and why there's this disappointment that you get because all you get is little scared boys who are afraid of losing, mommy's love. And I don't mean to say it that bluntly, but your spirit guides do. And because I feel like that's like you're like, yeah, exactly. And I'm ready. I want a warrior. I want I want a man warrior who can communicate. That's not asking for much. We didn't think you were. We didn't think it was too much to ask. But let's see what else they want you to know here. This is about the next week. Love in the following. You have the Knave of Pentacles, which is the Page of Pentacles. So, new opportunities opening up in the future. You have the Eight of Swords. So, the 10 and the Eight of Swords is about, just being aware of any expectations that we have, even. Why do we like expecting no expectations is an expectation? I know. Um, but it's like, why? What else do I need to release? You have been releasing a lot with the 8 and the 10, but is there something below the surface that's drawing in all of this? Because it doesn't happen by accident, although this unfolds for us to see it, right? Yeah, on the Knight of Pentacles. The slowing down of things, right? Why are things going slow? Well, things slow down to give us and others the opportunity to raise our love vibration and release these expectations and those things as well. So slowness in love right now, to focus on you, to release things. But I feel like there's also this, because this energy feels like it's giving other people time to release stuff so that they can match where you're at, and that there is someone that they're almost there, and you're releasing and they're releasing, and then things are coming to this fruition, this pinnacle, this summit, you know here. But it is taking time. I know, right? Yeah, you have the devil card, so here's that Capricorn Saturn. I don't think this is Billy Goat returning. No, this is about, again, all this, the Capricorn energy, the big thinkers, is these letting go of thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that don't serve, long held beliefs about how relationships are supposed to be, who someone is supposed to be. So there's a lot of clearing away still. So sorry. There might be, just an opportunity to question a few more things that might be running on autopilot way below the surface, um, that still can be released on your end. But again, I feel like a lot of it has to do with other people that are moving away from old mindsets so that they can keep up, kind of energy. Yeah, the Knight of Wands. So there is a passion, there is that with this energy. I feel like something's going to be coming quickly. Suddenly is a good word. Out of nowhere, something's going to happen. Don't feel like it's like soon though, like this next week. I feel like they're saying be patient, it's taking time, but it will be worth the wait. And it's just someone's going to come out of nowhere for you here. Yeah, it's Emperor Aries energy, which is uh, this kind of fiery energy, which makes sense. It almost feels like that might be the type of personality that would work really good with that sense of adventure that you're wanting, because Aries, higher expression of Aries is about having this, of course, action and passion for life and let's go kind of things. But there's also this like say fearlessness, lower vibration expression of Aries is fools rush in. I don't care what, and then they break everything, right? But higher vibration expression is having the passion, the excitement, the ability to go and not afraid to act, but not out of an unresponsible way, but yeah, let's do that. Let's go. They're confident. That's it. It's a confidence, not a bravery out of uh uh ignorance. So I like that phrase. Hopefully that helps, Brenda. That's what they have for you right now. All right. So, okay, and this is your card. This is what we have here for you. I can choose the thoughts I think about my food. I like these cards because you can apply them because they're health cards, but you can apply it to anything. Replace food with relationships or whatever. I can choose the thoughts I think about relationships. And it says, your observation of the results of others' experiences with, I'm going to replace it, with relationships gives you scanty and inadequate information. For unless you're factoring in desire and expectation, then calculating the action of what has or has not been um, experienced is irrelevant. You simply cannot leave out the most important ingredient in the recipe of creation and understand the outcome. People respond differently to the food relationships because the relationship is not the constant, the thought is. It is the way you're thinking about the relationship that is making the difference. Isn't that amazing when we look at all those thinking cards? That's what it's all about. My thoughts about relationships, really their thoughts about relationships. We're realizing a lot of them are having missing ingredients, and it's like, okay, but I want, I can't make substitutes and I can't leave something out of this recipe if I want something specific, right? And that's what I feel like you're looking for. And so far, there's been missing ingredients. Excuse me. I think I did take my allergy pill today. Allergies are acting up. I'm so sorry, everybody. All right. So that is what they had for you, Brenda. So, yeah, we did get some donations come in. So thank you guys so much. Let me just grab these. So up next will be Anjali. And then let me check timestamps here. All right, Moonlight 5. Hey, Moonlight. Oops. I think I can type. All right. All right. And then, yes, and then Michelle Smith. Hey, Michelle. Got yours via Zcash app. And then you sent it. Okay, Elizabeth Cash App. Okay, so that's you there. All right. So Elizabeth, you'll be up after that. Thank you for your Cash App. And then Nelia Medeiros. All right. Hey, Shivi. Yeah, it should let you do it. I get people who that's Rupals, right? Rupals. But yeah, I get them all the time. In because when I gather all my information, I have all the different denominations from across the world, and or not denominations, the different currencies. So yeah, yeah, you should be able to donate, and I don't have any set dollar amount, so I know cost of living is different across the world, so you know, um, a dollar to someone is $100 in another country because of the rate of exchange and everything. So yeah, whatever you give from your heart is perfect. All right, so let us jump in here. Absolutely. Appreciate all the support, everybody. All right, so Anjali, let's grab this here. Oops, hitting buttons all over the place. So let's grab this and let me make sure. Did I? Yeah, I did put Brenda's out there. Okay, good. Not falling down on the job. So there you go, Anjali. There's your timestamp. And thank you for your donation. Let's give that a love and a like there. Anything your guides want you to know. All right, let's take a look and see what is coming in here. Anything the guides want you to know here. Hello. All right, I've got those. Oh, and these. Dun dun dun. And then these. And then that's low leading. Something's all leading to something here. We'll see what that is. I think you can kind of see it there, right? So you got 2, and then you got 4, and then 2, but it feels like there's it's going this way, leading to this thing here. The bottom of the deck, you do have the Magician card. So there is a lot of energetic movement. You've been focusing on some things intentionally, and it is bringing that. Yeah, even underneath it, you have the 2 of Wands. You've been really focusing here on what world you're creating through your focus, right? Because that's what the 2 of Wands is. I don't know if there's been a recent removal of a person or a situation out of your life with this Tower card, but there definitely is a lot of energy that you've been intentionally and powerfully changing in your life. And so you've been having some strong, I'll say some strong feelings, but it doesn't feel like emotional feelings. It's like you've been having some strong drive, a strong energy. It's like this. I don't know. Do you ever have like this energy where you're just like, "Ugh," this courage that comes up where you're just like ready? It's not anger. It's just, it feels like power uh, has been bellowing up within you. Let's see what this is about. Because this feels like, yeah, even with eight this way, it feels like the 8 of Wands, which is a lot of energy, a lot of messages from spirit, but a lot of energy that's been flowing in, right? Okay, well, yeah, well, there we go. That, it's that. So beautiful. Let's see what else we have here. Yeah, the Emperor. So taking charge of your life, having that specific power that you're choosing, and putting everyone else's opinions, right? It's like that emperor is surrounded by all these advisors, self-appointed advisors, telling him about this is what you should do and supposed to do and blah blah blah, and the emperor's like, wait a minute, this is my life. Everyone clear the throne room, throw your opinions in this box on the way out the door, don't let it hit you in the way out. And I'm going to make some decisions. I'm putting a plan together and I'm taking action. This is the kind of energy that I feel coming in. Yeah. And going at it alone too with the hermit. Well, with spirit's help, of course, in the lantern there. So there is this 2 major arcana of stepping into power, really going humans, step off. I'm consulting spirit, and we're going to with their like they're the advisor to the emperor. I'm going to listen to you. I know you don't have any ulterior motives or trying to pull shenanigans. Um, so I like this joint effort with spirit. Let's see what these are here too. Okay, here's the 8 of Wands I was talking about. So here it goes. All of this energy. I feel like you've been getting a ton of, especially with both of these, the Hermit and 8 of Wands, been getting a lot of communication from spirit. and a lot of like signs and synchronicities. It's all over the place. Like, in the outside world, songs and license plates and bumper stickers overhearing people's conversations. It's all this stuff in the physical world, things being dropped into your brain, memories, emotions just flowing, energy just flowing, just a lot of different messages all over the place from spirit. In the Eight of Cups. So you definitely have this flow energy of things changing, walking away from emotions that don't serve you, walking away from um, emotions that don't serve you anymore as well. Emotional choices with here the Lover's card, which is this. Yeah, right. You're like everywhere. I like this Lover's card because it's emotional choice, and also focusing on your relationship with spirit. So I don't feel like this is human relationships right now with all of this. This is about movement and cleansing. And yeah, and the Queen of Swords, balancing your head and your heart. So very much, yeah, I can tell so much work that you've been doing so much here with all of this flow and doing this. So it's very much being indicated here from spirit, acknowledged for you. Um, and I feel like you might downplay how much actually you've done because you've been with yourself for so long. You maybe don't think it's as huge as an impact as it actually is. Because if you look at yourself just 6 months ago, you were like, oh, wow, wow. So sometimes it's good just to take a big deep breath, look back, not to dwell on the past, but just to see how far you've come so quick. And just even in 6 months, like huge. Let's see where this is leading you here. Yeah, the Two of Swords. This battle that's been going on between your head and your heart. And I like this. There's like a little, and maybe you were doing this, um, but I like this. Whenever I need to make a decision and I don't know, I close my eyes and open my heart and I go, "All right, heart, what are you wanting?" And I know I get an answer like that. Yeah, that small feeling. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, just look at yourself 6 months, a year, and see the decisions that you've made. And I feel like you're gonna get a lot of validation with this stuff coming into because you're gonna have some situations come up that 6 months ago, you would have totally went this direction, but now you go this direction and you're gonna realize, oh my gosh, that didn't even bother me like it would have before. Like before, I'd be plotting their death or plotting revenge. Now, I didn't even realize it till now that they did that. Wow. Like there's some big steps that you don't realize because again, you're always with yourself. It's like when you bump into someone that hasn't seen you in a year, like, oh my God. And you're like, what? Like, look at you change. And you're like, what? But you have. Yeah. And you do have this two, the swords and the five of swords. These are both about the conflict between the head and the heart. And I do feel like you've been getting out of your head and you even changed. You were talking about changing your mindsets, right? This is both of these cards are about the head trying to control the heart, but the heart had a rebellion and overthrew the dictatorship that the mind had. And now the mind is becoming a support for the heart instead of a bully for the heart. I like that. So, and then all of this is leading you to the Two of Pentacles, this wonderful balance coming into your life here. And there is this energy of, you know, two opportunities that are coming to you in the outside world. Whenever I get the battle of the head and the heart, and then right afterwards, I've been getting this quite a bit lately. We get a choice of the outside world energy that comes in. Um, It means that you're going to have these choices come up where one will be what your mind would have normally chosen, and the other is what your heart would choose. And you get to, and especially with this power of choice, yeah, because you have the Two of Wands, the Lover's card, you get all this choice energy, Two of Swords, Two of Pentacles. It's about making new choices, and that you're seeing one is from the small t truths of the mind, expectations, the others from the heart. One feels like existence, just meeting expectations, the other feels like you're living. And with these choices that come up, you get to decide. There's no right or wrong choices, just different choices with different outcomes. But you get to see these choices in a different light now. So I love that for you. Let's see what your fortune cookie says too. You go in the hamster wheel in your head, right? Yeah, I like this. It says, I can visualize my body as I want it to be. And look, power number 55, 55, change, change. And if you've been seeing 55 lately too, there you go. Another confirmation, right? So it says, we encourage a visualization of self as you're wanting to be, seeing yourself in that way, thereby attracting it. The ideas and events that will bring it about for you will come into your experience once you begin to see yourself that way. It says, when you feel fat, you cannot attract slender. When you feel poor, you cannot attract prosperity. That which you are, the state of being that you feel, is the basis from which you attract. That is why the better it gets, the better it gets. And the worse it gets, the worse it gets. I love that. So beautiful, powerful energies there. All right. So I love that for you, Angeli. Or Angeli. I'm just going to make up names for people now, evidently. So I love that for you too. All right, my dear. So thank you again for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. All right. And then Moonlight, you are up. Let's grab your time stamp. All right. There we go. So thank you for, looks like you have another one. So we'll get down to that one here in a little bit too. Maybe. Yep. So thank you for your first game over sticker and for your donation. So what does spirit want you to know about your son's situation? And how will they advise me to handle the violence he experienced earlier tonight? Oh, okay. Sorry. All right. Let's get this connecting into your son's energy here. Okay. All right. All right. What do we got going on? Well, so there was 3 cards there. We thought there was 2, and then there's 4, 1. Okay. Well, at the bottom of the deck, we do have the 7 of Cups, which is a lot of emotional experiences. I was going to say confusion, but it's not confusion. It's a lot of emotional experiences. The underlying energy, just to, I know it's difficult, mama, being a mother and a parent, mama bear energy, right? Of wanting to protect, wanting the best life for them. But the 7 of Cups is telling us that, there is this, they wanted to experience a lot of different experiences emotionally when they came down here. And they knew this was a possibility of what's going on with their situation. And how they're experiencing life. And so there's not I know it's hard for our human to kind of be okay with it, but there's not a wrong or a right action. There's just actions that bring different experiences for everyone involved. Because we're like, why on God's green earth would I come down to somewhere that has violence in this case, or, you know, other things that we think are extreme that I can't mention on YouTube, but it's like, wow. But there are choices, and life is not out of control, even though sometimes it feels like we're on an out of control drama train that's about to leap off the tracks and explode in a gorge. But it's not. There is purpose and behind everything, even when we can't see it yet. All right. So let's see what else they want you to know about your son's situation here. But that's the underlying energy is we're not on an out of control drama train. We just have to kind of realize that I can't control the outside world, but or even your son, their story that they apply to a situation, their emotions they feel, their energy they're attracting, their physical actions. We can't control anyone outside. We can only control in here, right? So let's see what else they have here for you too. So we do have the Five of Cups, yep, the movement of lower vibration to higher vibration, emotion. We have the Knave of Swords, the Page of Swords, which is being able to see things from a different perspective, and the Ten of Swords, yeah, the letting go of expectations, you know, and it's good to when we believe violence shouldn't happen in the outside world and it does, or we believe my son shouldn't be unhappy and they are, or I mean, anything, right? It does make us feel out of control. And if you ever have a chance to check out Byron Katie, she's amazing. Byron and then Katie. She has a YouTube channel. She also has a free website, thework.com, thework.com. And one of the things that they're bringing up that um, she has mentioned and quite a bit is um, and I totally went off track. Hold on a sec. Bring it back, spirit, because it's about feeling out of control. Oh, that's it. Thank you. They're like feeling out of control. Oh, that's right. So when we are out of our own business, that's when we feel out of control because we're trying to control things outside of our control. So when we come back to our own business, then we can have peace. But we lose our peace when we go outside of it. It's like when we're worried about, like in the United States, when they make some sort of change that's going to change things, and it's not going to impact me, but I'm concerned about how it's going to impact other people. But what I'm really at the core of that is I'm concerned that other people are not going to be able to, make a story that's going to keep them at peace or choose emotions. I feel like they're going to choose lower vibrational, stories, lower vibrational emotions, lower vibrational energy, and lower vibrational actions. That's where my fear is, right? So there is this energy of just trying to understand that this comes up not just for your son, but for you to question and go, okay, they're going to learn a lot about choice and that I can control how I respond to everything that happens to me, but I can't control these people. I can't control anyone else. Hopefully that comes through all right. We do have the world card, an ending of a major cycle, the beginning of a new adventure. I feel like it does spark something. It does uh, change things for them, right? Yeah. 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 So, yeah, well, I know I was bullied when I was in, middle school and junior high, so I know. I get the fear that it creates and the anger, that's the fear, fight or flight, right? I'm scared, so I need to do something in response, um, and I know it's a difficult thing. Um, I bumped into one of my bullies, um, when I had graduated high school. Actually went to a private school. Our church had created a school. It wasn't like a ooh la la private school. It was like a in the basement of the church school that wasn't accredited, and but at least I didn't get bullied. um, but afterwards, I we came across one of the bullies, and he was actually when we went to the grocery store with my mom. It was back in the day where they would like bag your groceries and then take them out to your car. It's like everyone did that, and um, he had to do it, and I felt cheated because I felt compassion for him, and I wanted to feel good about going, "Look at what you're doing now, Mr. Jock All-Star," but I was like, "Oh, man, I feel bad for him. That sucks." I wanted to feel good about it, but I didn't, and I feel like it's important, and like you're saying here with that 5 of Cups, to transform that energy and really, understand, okay, you know, um, what is this teaching? I know for me, it made me so strong to who I am today, and I didn't get like beaten, but I did get thrown up against lockers and spat on and all that kind of fun stuff. But it just tells you that youths they are do so much stuff out of fear and reactiveness, and they do so much stupid stuff, we all did as teenagers and everything, but that just one of the things is that bullies are bullied at home, and they don't act that way for no reason, that they're in fear for a reason, and they're acting the way they are too. It doesn't make it right, for us, but that's the expression of it. But there is an ending of a cycle and the beginning of a new adventure. I do feel like, you know, understanding that this is gonna change things is important. Um, Advice, like you said, yeah, the 5 of Pentacles, the underlying energy is about feeling, rejected, feeling left behind out in the cold, these feelings of lack, and I know I was targeted because I did well in school, and I wouldn't, like, jocks especially would wanna cheat off me. And oh, no, I was so scared that I was gonna get punished for allowing them to cheat off me that I wouldn't let them, and then they'd pound me on my shoulders and throw me up against lockers and everything 'cause, I didn't wanna, do that. But there's this feeling of understanding it's a feeling of lack of why they're acting the way they are, and if that helps them with the transformation of how they see them, that they're not doing it because they're strong, they're not doing it because they're superior, they're doing it because they're scared. Now, don't tell them that to their face, because that just will get a reaction out of them. But knowing it ourselves that they act that way, not because they're strong, but because they're scared. And then they do it in groups, because, you know, if they stood by themselves, then they couldn't. So, um, yeah. So I like that he's really growing quite a bit. So maybe understanding that, and I even did that. Like I when I was going through my shadow work and stuff, I did share a lot on my personal Facebook page, and my friends I had a lot of friends that, I wouldn't have thought they would have been bullies, but we were in, like, our how old was I? Like, late 20s, and a lot of these people were mid-20s and older, and they were like, "I was a bully in, high school," 'cause I was sharing that bully because, how they feel, and um, they were like, "Yeah, you're exactly right," you know? Yeah, and it's like, yeah, and that's exactly right, they pick on something going, "Look at us," you know? But so hopefully that helps. Let's see what else we have here too. Yep, King of Cups, balance between head and heart. Find constructive ways to be able to express it, not to suppress it, but express it. Um, I don't know. I don't know. I suddenly saw Karate Kid in my head, you know, maybe learning some defense, some karate, or some sort of self-defense where it's not to offend and to hurt, but to protect oneself, right? Maybe see if he's interested in that, if that's a possibility. The High Priestess, yeah. So the High Priestess, I do feel like there are gonna be some, there's a lot of hidden and unknown things, and it's like if you knew what they went through, these bullies went through, who'd be very understanding. It's like intuitively knowing, wow, they've gone through some crap, you know, and they're expressing their anger in the only way they know how, and they're controlled the only way they know how. And it's sad, be grateful, that we're not that, because with our anger, we could have chosen that direction. Um, so I feel like that's good there. Queen of Pentacles, Mother Nature, Mother Nurture. Just be mom. Don't worry about, uh, trying to trying to be their protector, be their mom. I feel like is this energy here. Just nurture him. Just tell him I love you, and I have plastic bags and a shovel in the trunk if things get bad enough. No, I'm just kidding. Don't say that. I'm a mama bear, but the Two of Pentacles too, the balance. Trying to find ways of balance, but just offering whatever you can as far as Uh, but I feel like that Karate Kid really comes in because watching that movie, he got beat up and by the bullies and stuff, and so he started to learn, and then he, of course, used it for non-defense, and he learned that no, no, we only do it for defensive, not for offensive, But yeah, hopefully that helps. Moonlight, give a little bit. All right. So many blessings to my friend. Right. And then let's see here. We're going to jump over here to Michelle Smith. Let's grab your timestamp. Throw that down here. And thank you for your donation via the Cash App. And I did see your question up here. Let me scroll up here. Oh, no, it'll be down here. Should be like right here. There it is. What does Hugh feel about you? All right. All right. Let's take a look here. So, what does Hugh feel about you? So, thank you for your donation via Zcash app, Michelle. Right. Hugh. All right. With those. Okay. Hugh. Not the Hugh the movie star, right? All right. Well, we got the Justice card on the bottom here. Justice card, you can see they hold the Ace of Swords, and they do have scales in their little hand there. It is this trying to figure things out. I feel like they are more mentally focused in their noggin, and I feel like they're trying to balance and understand what they're wanting to do. They're trying to see different perspectives, but more so just trying to gain clarity around what they think and then thus how they feel. But the underlying energy is that they're a big thinker and they're trying to balance out mindset around stuff. Let's see what these two are coming in here. See if we have any emotions that are bouncing around here. So we do have the Knight of Pentacles, slowest moving knight out of them all, and the Sun card. See, Hugh, it's not Hugh Grant, Hugh Jackman. Because I was thinking, here's the kangaroo, the wallaby. I don't have a good Australian accent, or I try to imitate him, but I like that. Is that him? Is it him? Oh my God. But this is slow moving, and the Sun card is the inner child, and that's why they are slow and moving on emotion because they do have, some hesitancy in trusting people with their heart because of what they grew up with and what they other things that they've experienced as well. So, we have that coming in there. Obviously, there's emotion there, or it wouldn't come up. But let's see. Let's get more about how they feel about you here. Yeah, we have the Hanged Man again, kind of a patience, trying to see things from a higher perspective. I feel like they're just really need with all these time cards, they need time to gain trust with their heart, more so, and it doesn't have to do with you so much, as a lot of previous things. I was checking to see. I was waiting to see if they were gonna say anything like, "Well, there was that one time you did this," but nothing's stepping out. And the Magician card too, the energy, there is passion here with the Sun card and with the Magician card, this combo, and I feel like it's more, you know, they they're hesitant in sharing emotions, so they share how they feel through passion, through touch and intimacy and energetic attraction and physical attraction, but they don't allow their heart, to kind of move forward here. Yeah, I had a feeling with the 3 of Cups, they have had situations in the past where there was, third party situations, cheated on, or they were interested in someone and they knew and they were hanging out, but they were also with someone else and they're like, "Wow," or in a relationship and, you know, someone else was seeing someone else and they're like, "I thought we were a committed relationship." "We are." "Well, then why are you sleeping with them?" "What do you mean by commitment?" You're like, let's look it up in the dictionary. It says right here." But I just feel like there's some of that they're dealing with and coming through here. Let's see what else specifically. Yeah, the 5 of Swords, the battle between the head and the heart, and the King of Pentacles. Yeah, they really are this seeking a solid foundation. They really need a strong grounding before they move forward, with emotion here. But I feel like that's what's coming in here with that. I feel like there's obviously emotion there that they're not acknowledging specifically because all of this, the 5 of Swords is the battle between the head and the heart, and a lot of thinking energy that's coming in here and pausing energy, but in that timing that they're like the heart, like is kept in a basement, in a cellar, in a soundproof room, It's allowed to play and stuff inside, but you're not gonna get to express yourself till I feel it's safe. So here's your playroom, go play, but it's soundproof and no one can recognize. Is there even emotion in there? Yeah. Here, look, let me show you on the nanny cam or whatever the baby cam. See? They're in there playing or like the pet cam, you know. See, the heart is playing in there, but it's not no one can pet it until I'm sure, very, very sure about someone. Um, so they must have had some really big pain growing up that was just kind of reverberated through other relationships too. Let's see what their fortune cookie says here. Searching for physical problems can attract physical problems. Yeah. Like attracts like, you know. Card number 15. It says many people have come to feel vulnerable about the unseen parts of their bodies, and that feeling of vulnerability is a very strong catalyst in the perpetuation of illness. When you look for something wrong, you usually find it. So that's, talks about how them when they're looking for can I trust people? They find things to mistrust people because they're looking for things that are mistrusting. And so they find it, even if it doesn't exist in reality. The law of attraction insists on it. A continual searching for things wrong with your body or other people will, in time, produce evidence of something wrong, not because it was lurking there all along and you finally probed long enough to find it, but because repeated thought eventually creates its equivalent. And that's the thing is that they've experienced it a lot because when they experienced it, they had a belief. Like if let's say your dad cheats on your mom, and your mom, as you're growing up, even in the womb and growing up as a child, you're feeling their emotions and you're seeing the fear being cheated on, fear, fear, fear. You take on all that, you experience it, and then you attract it for yourself because of that. And I feel like that's what's gone on a lot with them. And that's why they have this, energy um, of mistrust. Um, just it's like a little scared rabbit. It doesn't take much to scare it away into the bushes, and eventually it comes back, but it does takes a sudden movement, and then it's gone again kind of energy. So hopefully that resonates for you, Michelle. But that's what's coming in. So that is what we have here. So many blessings to you. I'll give an update here on where we're at on the donations because I do have quite a few here. Um, right now, I've got Elizabeth and then Nelia. And then I'll see there was some more that was made after that. And so I'll give that update here in just a moment. All right. So Elizabeth, let's grab your timestamp here. What is your current partner's intention with? Thank you so much. I didn't even have to go look for it. You just provided it for me. You're awesome. Boom, boom. Right in line there. So what are uh, your current partner's intentions with you? Okay, what are your current partner's intentions? All right, let's see what we got going on here. Let's see, the bottom of the deck, we do have the Five of Wands here. And there is a change of energy here, a transformation from something that feels conflicting to something that feels more loving and supportive. Hmm. So, whatever this change is, I feel like there is a change of energy that's going on, with all this here. Let's see what we got. So, you have the Three of Pentacles along with the Ace of Swords. It's an interesting energy because the Three of Pentacles is about being true to one's authentic self and the Ace of Swords is like gaining clarity. And I feel like that's why this energy is changing because I feel like there is some clarity coming in and they're discovering what they believe is the more true authentic you, and it feels like a positive thing. Not that they had bad vibes about you or anything before. I just feel like they're really I feel like they underestimated who you were because of their past experiences with other people. They kind of put you in the same kind of box with others, and they were like, "Oh, no, you don't belong in there. Hmm, I don't think you belong in any of the boxes I've had before." I just feel like they're seeing the uniqueness of who you are and how different you are than anyone that they've ever met before. And it's good. It's intriguing. It's feels positive with what I'm coming in here. Let's see what their intentions are. I just feel like that's you needed to know that this has been changing. The fourth emperor energy is they're kind of trying to figure out what their intentions are. Um, and the Ace of Cups, which is you know love energy, it's self love energy, but I do feel like it's their heart is trying to lead them. And with this emperor energy, it feel because it's an energy of like, well, I'm taking everyone's opinion of the supposed to be, the should be, the need to be, blah, blah, blah. They're like, thank you, everybody, but everyone get out of this room, clear the throne room, leave your opinions on the table, because I got some thinking to do. I need to decide what I want and what plan I want to do and what I want to do going forward because it's like you can play the music loud in your car when you've been somewhere a lot and you know the road. You don't ca you can almost drive there and not even realize you've driven there and arrive and go, "Oh," because your body just knows how to get you there because 'cause it's been normal. But when you're going to a new place you've never gone before, it's like you have to turn down the radio to see. That's what I feel's going on here. He's like, "Wait a minute, whoa, 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 whoa. Everyone in quiet, quiet. I gotta focus because this is new, and this is that newness, and that's why I feel like they're uh, kind of taken aback a little bit. You get it? Okay, good. So let's take a look here. What are these other things? So in this example, you got the Three of Cups, which is joy and celebration. They've got the Knight of Pentacles. So it is this slowness a little bit here. Let me see what else we have here too. You got the Nine of Wands. I'm getting this combination of these three cards. Um, that there's been some blocks because with that Three of Cups, it also is about, third party situations of the past that make them slow and letting down their walls. And, but they're seeing that like you are different and that it's like it's weird that they don't have these um suspicions or fears of you like doing what other people have done, cheating and lying and deception and things. And that's why they think it feels like they're rethinking the barrier and the slowness because usually they slow things down and then they look for things, kind of like the reading we just did. But with the judgment card, it's like their higher self is having them look at things from a different perspective. So I like this. I feel like they are trying to figure out their intentions. I feel like but it feels like a positive movement, a positive change, a positive transformation from drama to support and that feeling more of that, like, you're not out to get me, to take advantage of me, it's like we're not living in the Game of Thrones, you actually do want what's best for me too. Wow, this is different. So I like it. I feel like the intentions will clear, but I feel like they want to. take away the barriers and the slowness to move forward because they're like, I don't feel like I have to slow things down, and because I'm not, you're not that kind of person, and you're unique and different. So I love it too. Let's see what else they have here for your fortune cookie. All right. Yeah, I like this because this is a health thing, but we can totally change it. Look at the little boo boo boo. What a little flower. But it says creating a different body story can create a different body. This is like creating a different relationship story can create a different relationship. So you can replace body with the relationships. It says you are the only one who creates in your experience, no one else. Everything that comes to you comes by the power of your thought. If there are changes that you would like to make, it will be of great value to begin telling a different story, not only about your body or your relationships, but about all subjects that have been troubling you. As you begin to positively focus, getting to feel so good about so many subjects, you will begin to feel the power that creates worlds flowing through you. Wow. So the power of changing the story, changing the perception is changing things too. So I love that for you. You are very welcome. Thank you so much for your donation. Hopefully that helps. All right. So many blessings. All right, Shiva. Yeah, let's. I'll do an update now instead of waiting until after Nelia here because I kind of we're getting close to me closing down this session as well. But I will be back, so hang in there, everybody. So we have Nelia, and then actually you would be right up after Nelia um, for two of yours, and then Moonlight. We would return back to you, and then back to you, Shivi. Um, why is it trying to correct everything I'm doing here? Behave. But like I said, I'm going to be headed out in about 5 minutes to spend about an hour, hour and a half with my Praying Mantis members. But I will be back after that. All the donations will be up first. I didn't get to any free readings in this session or my earlier 6 hour plus session. So I'll be coming back later after that. All the donations will be first, and then my YouTube channel members, and then I will do all the free readings. So we will be coming back for a lengthy session this evening, but we will complete everything. And after I'm done, I do put a pinned comment listing the order of what, well, not so much the order, but groups of the donations and the YouTube channel members, and then all their free readings. And I put timestamps by everything so everyone can find their readings quickly and click on it and go there. So, you know, thank you guys for your patience in getting to your readings. I know I wanted them to have, all right now, and I wish I could get them all done quickly, but you know, it is what happens here. There's only so much time, right? And then I just had what another donation come through. Is that you, Delcy? I think that's you. And then so after we complete your third one there, Shivi, then I believe that's Delcy. So Delcy, if you're here, I'm about to head out. Make sure you put your question down. Yep, you put it in your description up there. It is you. So be sure to put your question though, so I can grab that here. I'm about there she is. Hey, Delcy. Ooh, my goodness. Humans can be so, right? All right. So let me grab some screenshots here. Because Nelia, I don't think I'm gonna get to yours here because I don't want to rush. I want to make sure we do our due diligence and giving you a proper reading, not a rushed just to get it done reading. That's not me. And you guys know that that's not me, right? So uh, I'm gonna grab the screenshots, and like I said, I will be back within 2 hours, and we will start those. When I return, I will also put in the description box of the video the order in which I will complete the readings, and then after I'm done, I will post a pinned comment listing the exact um, timestamps as well. All right. Moonlight, I just saw your comment. Thank you for sharing your experiences. I'm just telling him to hit first next time. Just go all crazy, right? You're so funny. All right. Thank you for understanding, Nelia. um, so I will return in about 2 hours because I'm going to take some time to get everything arranged too after I finish with my Praying Mantis members and take a quick break, and then we'll come back on and we'll get all the answers tonight. And I'm so grateful for all the donations, all of your love, all your support, all the thumbs up, and especially your patience in getting to your readings. I can't tell you enough. It just the way you guys are so generous in understanding makes it easier for me not to feel guilty. So thank you. I know it's always my choice, but you make it easier to make that choice. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate that. While you guys are waiting too for me to return, don't forget we are having a drawing next Friday for a chance of winning a free personal recorded reading from me. So that video that I just posted there, it's to celebrate reaching 2,400 plus members. So grateful to everyone for all that. And that's what I want to give back. I'm going to pull at least one winner. We know I'm going to pull more. We'll just say it. We know. You guys know me. We're going to pull more. Uh, but it'll depend on how many people and what spirit guides to do. So be sure to check that out and sign up for those. And then also we have the Gemini new moon video came out this morning for Monday, and it talks about new moon wishes. So if you have some time and want to watch that, um, be sure to check that out too. That'll give you some good guidance on doing that. All right. All right, everybody. Well, I'm going to head out. I will be back. And remember, as you're going through your adventure, that every second of every day of your lives, you truly are eternally and unconditionally loved by the mother and the father of all things, our creator. And of course, I love you guys too. So until I see you again, much love. You hang in there. Take care of yourselves. Remember, have some fun because why we being so serious, right? All right, everybody. I'll see you soon. Much love.